The clock's screaming and the rules failed. It's a total crisis. Let's break it down.
Well, it's home for the holidays season. So, not only are we returning those kiddos back to their families that Biden lost, we also are saying that if you voluntarily want to go home now to your country, if you're in this United States of America illegally, we will give you $3,000 through the holidays to send you home. We'll buy you a ticket, give you $3,000 to go home, and that includes people that have not been detained, maybe have interacted with us, are detained and don't have criminal charges against them. Yeah, raise your hand. We'll help you get home. We'll facilitate it, and you might get the chance to come back to this country the right way someday. If you wait until we interdict you and detain you and arrest you and have to deport you ourselves, you'll never get the chance to come back. So go on the CBP Home App and get the information, and we'll make sure you get home in time for Christmas.
All right, let's see how many people take that offer.
To really see how we got to this ledge, we've got to look back to May of 2025. That's when the Trump administration dropped a bomb that left the D.C. establishment shaking in their boots. They signed a landmark executive order that changed the game overnight. It was the birth of the Self-Deportation program. At the start, the deal was simple: $1,000 and a free plane ticket back to where you came from. The goal? Bypass the complete breakdown of the last few years and dodge the massive, soul-crushing costs of keeping people in detention centers. It was an olive branch, sure, but it was backed by the heavy shadow of enforcement that everyone knew was coming. Thousands took the bait, clicking through that new CBP Home App to log their exit. But as the year dragged on, the numbers just didn't add up fast enough. The administration realized if they wanted to actually clear the deck, they needed a bigger spark. This was the start of a new era.
In this House, sovereignty isn't a polite suggestion anymore. It's a demand. Enter Secretary Kristi Noem. She sat down on Fox News with Lawrence Jones and dropped a message that's still vibrating across the country like a tuning fork. That stipend? It used to be a drop in the bucket. Now, it's been tripled. For a tiny window of time, only until the very last second of December 31st, the government is putting $3,000 on the table for anyone who picks up and leaves on their own terms. Noem didn't stutter. She spoke with a cold, absolute resolve. She framed it as a holiday incentive, a way to get families back together in their own countries before the ball drops. But make no mistake, she's signaling that the era of stay as long as you want is dead and buried. This isn't some boring policy update from a mid-level staffer. It's a targeted move to gut the logistics of illegal presence. By throwing this cash around, the DHS is trying to clear the tracks for a massive enforcement wave they've already got planned for 2026. The writing is on the wall. Take the money and the exit now, or deal with the full weight of the law later. The critics are barking, as usual, but the math doesn't care about their feelings. If you look at the raw numbers, the total collapse at the border is costing you, the taxpayer, nearly $150 billion every single year. Every day someone stays in the system, your meter is running. We're talking processing fees, lawyers, housing, and health care. When you stack that up against a $3,000 check, the savings are massive. It's a cold, hard business move. You spend a few grand today, so you don't have to shell out 50 grand later on endless court dates and jail cells. It's an investment to stop the bleeding of our national debt. Reports show that for every 100 people who self-report, the government saves millions in raw enforcement power. This is about common sense and protecting the American treasury. A flight home is a bargain compared to a lifetime of support on your dime. At the heart of this whole operation is the CBP Home App. Don't confuse this with your typical buggy government software that crashes every 5 minutes. This is a slick gateway designed to make sure the changes we're seeing at the border actually stick. The app lets users report themselves, set a date to leave, and grab their cash once they land back home. It's a high-tech fix for a very real physical mess. By using this tech, the DHS can watch departures happen in real time, making sure the people who take your money actually cross the finish line. No middlemen, no red tape, and no mountain of paperwork to gum up the works. It's a straight shot to the exit. This shift is part of a bigger plan to kill the idea that the border is just unmanageable. With a couple of taps on a screen, the trip home starts. It's enforcement for the modern age, using data to finally turn the tide. As word of the $3,000 payout got out, the country split right down the middle. On one side, people who actually care about the rule of law are cheering. They see it as a smart way to protect the budget while keeping a firm hand on the wheel. Take the money and leave has become the new anthem for the base. But not everyone's on board. You've got plenty of people arguing that we shouldn't give a single red cent to anyone who broke the law to get here. To them, it looks like a reward for a crime. Then you've got the far left calling it a bribe to sidestep legal protections. But for the Trump team, all that noise is just background static. They're laser-focused on the mission. They want results, and if a holiday bonus is what it takes to shut down the surge, they're writing the checks. The debate isn't about if anymore. It's about how fast they can get it done. Secretary Kristi Noem and the rest of the administration are rewriting the script on what it means to be a real nation. For years, the border was the ultimate symbol of a broken government. Now, it's a testing ground for real enforcement. Noem, coming from South Dakota, brought that no-nonsense rural attitude to the DHS. She gets it. You don't have a country if you don't have a border. This $3,000 push is her brand, a way to prove the government can be tough and practical at the same time. This isn't just about moving bodies. It's about retraining people to actually respect the law again. Every flight that takes off, every family that goes back home, is a win for their vision of America. They aren't just moving people. They're moving the needle on who we are as a country. The Secretary's message is loud and clear. The window is slamming shut, and the new year is bringing a brand new reality. As we crawl toward the end of 2025, the stakes are through the roof. That December 31st deadline, it isn't just a date on a calendar, it's a hard wall. Anyone still here after the clock strikes midnight is going to wake up in a very different world. The carrot is gone, and the stick is coming out. The incentives will vanish, and the full power of the state is going to focus on clearing out whoever is left. This holiday cash is the absolute last act of mercy you're going to see. After this, it's all about the operation. The administration has already warned us. 2026 will be the year of the largest removal effort in human history. This triple bonus is the final whistle. It's a chance to leave with your head up and a little head start in your pocket. For the American people, it's proof their government is finally listening. The days of chaos are over. The era of order has arrived. The choice is yours, but let's be honest, time is already running out.
This report is complete. but the fight is just beginning. Subscribe now to stand with us.